Hey everyone, Jen Zoë here with Miss Bella. Now you know a little bit about Bella's on paper. It's time to see her in action. So as I start to play with her, I want you to watch and see like all of those personas start to show up. She's already looking around. You can see her ears are going here, turning her head back and forth. And circles have always been a bit of a challenge for her because she moves really quickly. And a lot of people have played with her over the years that don't know how to do circles and have told her 50 different ways to do the same thing. Oh, where's she going? I didn't ask her to do that. She's like already making these assumptions about what she thinks she should be doing. Anybody here a reformed pleaser or still a pleaser and would like to reform? I know that's her. She's like, I think she's going to ask me to do a circle. This looks dangerously a lot like a circle. So I don't want her to make assumptions. I want her to be able to anticipate, but I also want her to be confident. This is all about building the horse's confidence, right? And so I want her to be soft and quiet, but circles usually would literally have her circling off of the planet. So I'm going to wait for her, and I'm going to take baby steps and continually reassure her. When you see how this shows up for Maverick and the other horses, and Trace and Dante, you'll see that it's very different. Now I'm talking to you and more for her, and that's generally the case, because I need to give her a half a second to be out there. Now, how little does it take for her to get moving? It obviously took nothing a second ago. I didn't even ask if she was going. There we go. Now I don't want her to be all freaked out, but there she's already flipping her head around, and she's like, uh-oh, am I doing it right? Is this okay? 2 minutes, and she's going really fast. When you see the difference in how that shows up with Trace, she's like, already Bella is worried. And I say, stop. You are in no position to circle, my friend. So you come in and you go, I'm going to make sure that I have her confidence before I start asking her to do something. Because if she's doing things unconfidently, she's going to make mistakes, make assumptions. She's going to do things you didn't ask her to do. And if that's an employee, you got a loose cannon and a big problem, right? I had this with someone that worked for me, and she decided to make up her own solution to the way I wanted her to do certain things. And it was a disaster. And it turns that way with kids. That's better. So that's all I want, sister, is I just want a circle. And she's like, it can't be that simple. There's got to be more to it. I have to try harder, work harder, do more, please more. Right? That's the thing you have to get through to these Bellas. It's just really, you know what? I promise you, it's just a circle. Let's try again. She was calmer that time. She's like, oh, maybe it is this easy. And I don't have to be codependent and look for reassurance. She's always looking towards me for reassurance. Now I'm just going to kind of allow that because she went off softly. But at the beginning she didn't. She went like, Rah! Right? That's much nicer. There's a little lick and chew. Now, I'm not going to let her go out there because she'll start to get in her head. Anybody get in your head when you do something for too long? Any Bellas out there have a hard time with consistency because they're like, maybe I should be doing it different. Maybe I should do a different kind of circle. Maybe she wants a faster circle. Maybe she wants a slower circle. Maybe this business isn't going to pay off. Maybe I should take my kids to a different school. All of these questions and craziness goes on in our head all the time. And you introverts that are watching, are you going, man, you guys think like that all the time? Yep, pretty much. So we're going to help her get more confident. That's the key. If you work with a Bella or married to a Bella, you got to look for those little tiny things. You have to listen with a healing ear. You have to be observing. Like, see how she turned her head there sharply and turned away from me? I'm going to wait till she can calm down. So and then I'm going to reassure her. That's it. Very much nicer. That's great English. Great job, Jen. Much nicer circle. Nice soft trot. Let's see, before she starts to flip her head or flip out, I'm going to bring her back in and say, yeah, that's all I wanted. And I'll continue to do that. Good girl. Now we can do it a little bit the other way, and I could have less time. And so she starts to build up her own confidence. I drop the rope, and she's like, checked in with me. That's what I want. Right? That's it. Good job. Much nicer. So as you start to work with these Bellas, look for opportunities to reassure them. You're not going to create codependency. You're actually going to allow them to relax that part of their brain that scans for, am I okay? Am I okay? Am I okay? And when they can look at you and you go, you're good, girl, and they can keep going, or guy, men are this way too, then you start to empower them and you start to allow them to believe in themselves. And that will change their life and yours. You're like, good grief, is it going to be like this forever? Not if you get it in the beginning. Not if you get it before it's like, oh my God, I'm really scared. I don't feel safe. Because that's what these guys need. Is it just an opportunity to feel confident in themselves, to rely on themselves, to feel safe so they can focus and be unstoppable. So thanks for tuning in. We're going to continue to play with Miss Bella, just on some circles here, going back and forth, nice and soft, building her confidence and believing in herself. It will change your life. All right, this is Miss Bella. I'm Jen Zoë, and welcome to Zenerjen.